Hello, friends. Welcome to Empires and Puzzles. There is a new information available regarding the Fated Summon and the next batch of heroes. So I decided to rustle up a quick video. What's the list? There you are. This is that list. It's been prepared by Books G. We have got 4 heroes of each element. That's 20 heroes. What I'm going to do is I'll speak about these heroes quickly. This, of course, has been confirmed by the same person who has shared the same list earlier, the previous batch, and also the Soul Exchange. So pretty credible. But still, when it comes out, I'll deal with it then. Let's talk about these heroes and see if there is any value and sense amongst these heroes. So the first one, I'm going to go by the element. I'll do 4 of each, so it stays in the sequence, is Zenobia. She's, I think, season 4 hero, average speed, cleric class. Her main claim to fame is she whacks enemies on the edge of the formation. And she powers the shields, the fire shields, to the tune of 64%, and when she's attacking. And on defense, reduces the power of the shield by minus 57% for attack. Now, where is she used? So one thing I want to say before I proceed forward, all these heroes, look at their stats, and I have maintained the picture that I'm using for stats as very basic 480. They're all legendary, so 480 is their actual completion level, and the stats are exactly there. Then any emblem or any LB done, the stats will go up. So you'll notice that all of them require very clearly, if you decide to give them Ascension mats and complete them to 480, then limit break twice with 25 emblems. That will make them relevant for the role that you will aim to accomplish using them. Having said that, that's Zenobia. We move forward to Roan and Nergib. That's Hero of the Month in the year 2023. Rogue class, claim to fame, steals 50% mana and distributes amongst allies, and a snipe 420 damage to the target, which can scale up depending on the health the enemy has. More health, higher the damage, capping to 570. And you'll notice element link gives fire allies plus 5% chance to dodge status ailments for 4 turns. Now, as you move forward, you'll find out why I'm specifically pointing out the element link. But, so, yeah. Leena, she's an impact all. So this one is an impact 1. This one is an impact all hero, ranger, part of the Raven family. You can see the stats. Her claim to fame is at fast speed, blocks talent skill activation for all enemies for 6 turns and deals 260% whack. Ray. This is a magic hero. 2 speeds. In the first magic speed mana charge, all enemies receive burn damage, and then there is a minus 34% elemental defense down for fire, and dispels buffs from all enemies. I use him mainly for the first charge. He quickly does the dispel, charges again, dispels again. That's it. The second one is about 1200 odd, 1190 HP over 5 turns, heal over turn. Allies get 50% attack against nature and cleanses status ailments. So this is always available as an option in dire situation, but the speed of play today doesn't give the luxury. So the first part is what I keep using. Ray is a good option. I will talk about who is what, but I'm going to quickly push forward. This is Philus Fog. I have the costume version for some reason I picked up, whereas the one that is being offered is his base version. So don't go by this. I will only say that he dispels buzz from the target, gives a whack, and gives an ailment of elemental defense down. And if I remember, I think it is 58%. So that's again a season 4 hero. Velus. He is a minion killer. Again, 2023 hero of the month. Destroys all minions from the target and nearby. Impact 3. Then he gives a damage. Impact 3. Poison damage over 4 turns. Impact 3. And then the element link is the same. In this case, it's for the nature allies. Quenel. Now, she is an important hero worth looking at. Part of the wolf family. Alliance quest. And Quenel at fast speed impacts 3 via damage, and then the damage scales up and can go up to a maximum of 200% addition to 320% damage to target and nearby enemies. So she is worth it, but she will require all the possible resources to scale her up completely. Christal. Now, this is a magic hero. 2 specials. First mana charge deals 235% damage to the target, and if the health is less than 50%, the damage is doubled to 470%. But it is impact 1 in the first charge. In charge 2, deals 200% damage to all enemies, and if the target has more than 50% health, then it's doubled to 400% damage to all enemies. Now, he was pretty exciting when he had just arrived, but of late, I don't know. And I will leave it at that. We move to the ice element, Morale. Morale is somebody who came and immediate effect was this guy, the pirate. I forget his name. Too many heroes. How the fuck can I remember the name? So at fast speed, his impact all, and enemies get minus 34% defense for 3 turns. So, useful hero. He has a costume, but this is the base version being offered. And you can see the stats. Will have use for a lot of gameplay, but will require the resources. We go to Suuna. She's an impact 3 from cleansing, heal over turn, and blah, blah, blah. And you can look at the element link. Very old, useless. This is not the era. At that time, when she came 2 years back, was not the era of 1.5 years back. It wasn't the era of impact 3. And this is a really poor quality hero card. So I'm going to just skip. Esme. Now, Esme is part of the wolf family. Fiend Slayer. Destroys all fiends from all allies. Impact all. Recovers 40% health for all allies. Impact all. If an ally had fiends, they will be immune to new fiends for 4 turns. So that's protection to ally from any fiend in case she cleanses the fiend. So she gives that particular buff, protection buff. She's a good hero worth building in case you don't have fiend solutions, or if you want multiple fiend solutions. So she's available as an option. Milena. Way past her prime because things have become completely different. But when she arrived, she was an absolute gem, total gem. 2 mana charges. First one recovers 20% health for all allies, cleanses status ailments. That's 6 tiles, or rather 2 matches, and a quick charge. So that would keep her allies safe till they got their specials up. She also has a passive which I cannot tap and show, but that gives that particular benefit, and I think it is giving mana or something, which again helps in charging up the allies. Second charge is a hammer. She would drop the hammer at the second charge, and as that would be happening on defense while facing her, we would know that once she fires, it's game over. Of course, today the stats are different and so on and so forth. So that's impact all coming with 390% damage to all enemies and dispels buffs from all enemies. So again, a hero which has combination of both cleanse and dispel, and heal and damage. Take your pick. We move to the next element, which is Holy Auda. Now, when she came, I don't remember leveling her up ever, because there was a phase in the game where snipers were just not paid attention to because they were just pure damagers. Shao Wujing type of snipers came later, where there is a dodge, there is a heal also inbuilt into that snipe. But well, things were very different at that time. So she is a sniper who does extra damage if the target has boosted health. So that has its use, and she's a dodger through the talent. Gilligan, he was offered in the Soul Exchange. He is another Hero of the Month of 2023. You can see the element link. So you'll realize that all these Heroes of the Month that are coming from 2023, they were all in a line covering the 5 elements. That's why the element link is matching up. I will skip him. He's a slow speed impact 3 hero and nothing great. So please don't take him. You can take him for using him for XP or lining him up for the Soul Exchange. You're not going to level him up. Eloise, she would be a better leveler for reasons. She has a good talent, part of the Raven family, so that's also there. Then Ravaging Talons destroys all minions from all enemies, deals, so that's impact all, removing the minions. Then damage to all, and if enemy had minions, they will be immune to new minions for 4 turns. So if they had minions, she will destroy and put the preventive ailment. So she is way better than this fellow. Going forward, Mortega, part of the magic family. This is the minion in the first charge and fiend in the second charge, and both do certain things. So the first charge minion is a very slim minion. It gives additional damage, ailment. And then the fiend in the second charge does the usual fiend thing, that is damage, absorption, and blah, blah, blah. And then as part of the fiend ailment, it's a 50% accuracy to the owner as long as the owner has the fiend. So again, very passive kind of hero, was useful at that time and irritating. Today there are too many solutions to negate him. We look at Hulda. She was an absolute nightmare and totally chased hero when she arrived. Why? At average speed, you gave 31% HP minion, which would provide a massive amount of beef. And also, minion would recover 11% health for its owner at the end of each turn. So minion would heal. And the second portion of the special is, if you had the minion, the allies that have the minion would get plus 24% mana generation buff, which means the minion multiplication would also happen and hence beef up. 31% HP at that particular time was massive. Of course, subsequent heroes came to whack the minion, so game changed and she became literally irrelevant. The other thing that the minion would provide is plus 54% damage to its owner as long as the minion existed. So that's that. So Hulda is useful. She has a costume these days. Turgruk, very fast speed sniper that has a damage increasing stack of plus 5%, which means it can scale up 10 times to 50%. Element link is the same like the other fellows. So, yeah, now this hero is worth looking at. For those players who don't have Ludwick, of course, like in the previous or the current Fated Summon, which is going to get over in 11 days, first hero to pick up, no-brainer. Even as a dupe would be Gazelle. And then you can pick whoever you want, unless your roster desperately requires somebody and you already have Gazelle. Then go for that. Similarly, Ludwick. If you don't have, this is the first hero that you're going to pick. I'm saying it's straightforward. Unique. He has taunt. And of course, give him LB2. So you'll see that he starts with 3-turn taunt. So he has a taunt, he gets this 84% defense against special skills, and he gives mana for 6 turns to allies on both sides. Starting less and going high, and in the 6th turn, it is 100% mana. So the allies will typically fire at least 3, if not 4 times. Whether it's a healer or damage, whatever. So he's brilliant. And I might pick up my second Ludwick because I have one pulled, summoned. And of course, he had come in the Soul Exchange also. So quite a few player base has him. But for use in the Rush Wars, he could be worth a second pick. So yeah, that's available as an option. Whoever doesn't have him is recommended to just pick him up. Agrifina. So Agrifina is a magic hero again, and she was one of the cool heroes when she arrived because in the first charge she gives 2 ailments of minus attack and minus defense for 3 turns and a poison damage, which is irritating. However, the second charge is where the pain in the ass thing starts, which is plus 50% attack for 6 turns, plus 63% defense for 6 turns, and all allies regenerate health. Of course, she is now off her prime, so yes, these buffs are useful, but there are much more crazier heroes available. So that's it. But again, if your roster requires, you're a new starter or free to play, she is a decent hero to have because both those specials are very useful. We have got this particular list of heroes. Let's quickly go and actually look at the heroes. I would say are a good lot. There are quite a few heroes that are fantastic in each of the colors. I would say Zenobia and Ray are absolutely good heroes. But I think for Fire Element, all 4 heroes are worth consideration, depending on what your roster requires. But Ray is my top pick because he is relevant today and he provides the same dual benefit of cleanse and debuff, depending on what you want to use, dispel. And of course, in 2 matches, he provides you the elemental defense down to the tune of minus 34%, which is fantastic. Moving into the green, which is the nature element, I would say Quenel, then Christal and Philus Fog are second options, depending on what you require. If you need a green minion killer, then Visceles is always an option. Blue, Morel, Esme are good options. There may be still a few Milena lovers who may want to pick up another copy, or maybe they don't have any and may want to look at that. Worth it. Just give her all the resources so she gets a chance to stay alive and do her thing. Esme, Morel is what I would suggest. because of the impact all and still relevant to gameplay. Moving into the holy ones, Eloise is the only one that comes to mind. Rest of the fellows are okay. Eloise because of the minion kill and prevention and damage to all. Moving forward, Hulda, yes, healing minions will be helpful, and of course, load up all kinds of resources so her HP goes up, which means the 31% for the minion will be real beefed up. But in this, the star of this whole fated summon, Ludwick, is there. So I would recommend him as the top choice. But again, in the dark, I would say there are 3 decent heroes. Agrifina is also a good option, and Hulda is a good option. So this fated summon, I see really loaded. All colors have at least 1 to 2 good options, with the dark and the fire element having more quality heroes that can aid gameplay, and to an extent even the green, there is a nature element, has a good number. But the one that really catches my eye is Quenel. And Quenel has been offered, if I remember, in Soul Exchange also. So this is the list. I would say food for thought. There is no hurry because it's going to be around for 6 months, and you'll get an idea. But this is especially being presented as early as possible for those players who are thinking whether they should, and who are holding on to 100 number, where they're thinking, should I pick up something if there is nothing worthwhile in the next list? Well, this list has a lot of worthwhile. So it should help in clarifying that. That's it. I'm going to say good luck making your choice. And thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.